welcome everyone. So today I came out to Dubai a few days ago, and today we'll be shooting in Dubai in JBR. We have a very special guest today, which is Christina. And we've got even better guests. We've got Jax. Jax, say hi.
Yeah, I
say
feel
hi
like
to the camera.
He's the special guest.
He's the special guest, isn't it? Yeah. I think he's the cutest guest I've had on the show. So I've mixed up today, and I said to Christina that she can bring along Jax. Because it's nice, isn't it? And also we love animals as well. So today the podcast will entail several topics. So first, obviously, we're going to touch on a bit about pre and postnatal. But obviously before that, Christina is going to introduce herself, which I will give her a chance. So we're going to just touch on pre and postnatal. Let's touch on a few things with that, and then from that we're going to get into how important it is for individuals to create a lifestyle. So not just have a short-term goal with their fitness goals, but obviously to have that stability and consistency throughout their lifetime, basically, isn't it?
Yeah.
So over to you, Christina.
Hi everyone. First of all, my name is Christina. I am a fitness specialist. I've been in the fitness industry for more than 8 years.
Yeah.
And I specialize more into functional training. So that's what I love more.
Yeah.
Basically, just teaching your body how to move better overall, improving the strength, not just your aspects. So I don't focus only on the physique point of view, of exercising, but more on how your body moves, how to feel better, and how to create like long-term sustainable goals.
Yeah. So that's what it is. So thank you for that, Christina. So I realize that when it comes to fitness, I think like clients and other individuals don't understand like the whole foundation of being healthy is obviously, like you said, movement, being strong, and obviously that comes down to our core. So I think people miss that out and go straight into, I need to work out, I need to do some cardio. But then before that, it's like, for example, when we're in school and we take an exam, we can take the exam, but then obviously the foundation is us practicing and revising and learning the concept.
Exactly, like building up knowledge that you're gonna have for a lifetime, basically. You're not just taking the exam just to pass the exam in that moment, and then you forget everything.
And then, but that's school, isn't it? You can't. So that's actually quite a good example. What do you think about that, Jax?
Well, he loves to exercise.
He loves, and he's very fit as well.
Yeah, he is. It's part of the family. So.
It's in the genes.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so now we're just going to touch on just certain certain headings about pre and postnatals. And obviously, when we had a conversation before, you said you had certain clients that have come and worked with you as well.
Yes.
To be honest, with clients with me, I haven't had any experience with clients with pre and postnatal, but I've just obviously studied into it, but I haven't experienced that. So obviously you could give us that knowledge from that side as well. So what I realized with pre and postnatal, there's so many opinions because everyone says, most women say that, it's dangerous to work out while being pregnant, and obviously once a woman gives birth, it's obviously dangerous afterwards because during the pregnancy there's a lot of complications, and obviously there's many barriers, and a lot of people think that, if I exercise during pregnancy, it can cause obviously harm to the baby and obviously the mother and stuff as well. So what is your intake on that? I
feel like the misconception comes that when people think about exercise, they think that you're gonna train like a Spartan. A workout
I'm gonna lift heavy and stuff.
A workout doesn't mean that you have to lift 100 kgs and jump off a building. We're not building towards that.
No.
When you want to exercise, you want to just, as you said, you want to have a strong foundation.
Yes. So movement, like you said.
And if you think about it, there's so many types of sports, right? Because everyone is different, and not every sport works for everyone. Same with training and personal training, and especially that's why it's called personal training.
Yeah.
You build a workout plan based on the client's condition and goal, and even if, let's say, for a person it's weight loss and tone, basically the goal, you have to look at what we have at this moment. Maybe they have like a hip imbalance, maybe they have an old injury, they're pregnant.
Yes.
So obviously you have to adapt the workout to that specific condition to still build a strong foundation, but with the right steps, for the moment that you are at in life, at that point.
Yeah.
So for pregnant women especially, the workout are very, very different.
Yes.
And they actually do help during pregnancies from the point of view, first of all, the mood swings.
Yeah.
Everyone knows about it, and that's because we have a lot of hormonal changes.
The hormone changes, yes, which I was going to touch on as well. Yes.
So exercise does help with that, you know, with improving the mood overall.
Yes, endorphins releases.
Exactly.
Yes.
Second of all, during pregnancy, you do gain a lot of weight. It's not necessarily fat. It's also a lot of fluids, and also the baby that is growing, right?
And so water retention as well.
Exactly.
Yes, that's why.
Exactly. So all of that extra weight puts a lot of pressure, and especially on your lower back. So
yes, that's why they say
I actually have my best friend when she was pregnant.
Yeah.
She didn't exercise during her pregnancy. She did have a few complications. She gained a lot of weight.
Okay.
That it was pressing so much on her lower back that it actually triggered the sciatica. So she was in so much pain. Like the pain was just going down her leg.
Yeah.
When obviously, if you exercise and if you start early in the pregnancy and you prepare yourself, like in the last trimester, you will not have those problems, obviously, because you're gonna have a strong lower back. You're gonna try to focus on your pelvic floor, you know, to strengthen that as well, to avoid these things, which they're normal during pregnancy, but you can avoid those, to have that pain. And this is what exercise actually does for you. And also, it manages the weight gain.
Yeah, and that's what people don't understand, that exercise prevents loads of like long-term injuries or illnesses and stuff. Because even if I don't go gym for a few days, my back starts to hurt. But then once I'm in the gym and stuff, and you know, you work on back or any exercise, is much better, because again, it's movement. And if you're not moving, you know, like certain parts of your body, they're all pain. It's like sitting down all day and then you get up, you feel, oh, you can't even walk properly sometimes, isn't it? So it is the same thing. And even in terms of calories, obviously I didn't know this prior to reading more about pre and postnatal, but a woman should only consume, I think it was 300 to 400 calories extra. Whereas you know how you have these stories that, you know, you have pregnant women have cravings and whatnot. So even then, like the food consumption is only a certain amount.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of people would think, oh no, you can eat what you want because, you know, you're eating for two. But then in reality, you should only eat that extra, even if it goes up to 500 calories. So I think there's a lot of misconception with that. And then, like you said, obviously we've covered the hormonal change, and then there's barriers and whatnot. But I think it also comes down to, as long as you're obviously like doctor, midwife say, you know, you are okay to work out, because I think that comes into it as well, isn't it?
Of course, like before starting to work out, you need to have the clearance from the doctor.
Yes.
Like that is a must. Like I would never take a client on that is like, okay, I'm pregnant, I still want to continue to work out, you know, like we can just go for it. No, you have to go and do, first of all, to have the clearance from the doctor, and second of all, you need to have your regular checkups.
Yes.
Without that, nothing is gonna happen. Like I'm not gonna
take that risk.
Exactly. There's no point.
No.
Like it doesn't make sense. You know, like the reason why you're exercising is to be healthy. So that comes first.
Yes.
So
then this can come later, because obviously, even if the woman can't work at the time, like, you know, once she's had the kid and she's fit and well, then she can always come back. Yeah. Because, you know, as long as you've had it, it's fine, isn't it? So I think from this now, I think we're going to sort of transition into, and which is a big issue that I've realized, do not research when reaching out to clients and speaking to clients, or clients approaching me, is that a lot of people have busy schedules. And obviously, that's everyone, whether it's a parent or an individual, him or herself. And I think a lot of people don't know how to handle a busy schedule and put their fitness goals within that. So I think, what's your sort of like knowledge and experience in terms of that, or your like perception? I
mean, we all want to find time to exercise. We all want to look better.
Yeah.
The problem is, from my point of view, is that most people, they start exercising for the wrong reasons.
Yes, they do.
You know,
yes.
like it's just it became such a hype, and I'm happy that this is a trend that caught up.
Yeah, it's such a trend now. I have to get to the gym. I have to do this.
And I'm happy that this really did catch up to a lot of people. But at the same time, when we think about exercise, you think about health. Like it's connected. There is no such thing as one without the other.
No,
you know?
It comes hand in hand.
Exactly.
Isn't it? Yeah.
So most people, they start exercising just because they want to look in a certain way.
Yes. Or for someone else. or for other people, and that's when it's wrong, isn't it?
Yeah. But getting so caught up, you know, in the busy schedule, you know, like I feel like everyone is overworked lately. I feel like the time is less. We have so many other things to do, and the problem is that people don't put exercising as a priority for their health.
Yeah, they don't.
You need to prioritize things, even if you have a busy schedule, right? Because at the end of the day, you miss out on one workout, then the second one, and the third one, and it becomes a routine, it becomes a habit, you know, to just leave it on the last place, and then you start having pain, and then you start having health problems, you know, you start gaining weight, it affects other things in your life. And I know it's hard, you know, maybe sometimes you cannot make it to the gym, so maybe sometimes you're not feeling that great, you know, when you have your workout schedule, but that doesn't mean that you have to like completely skip it out. Okay, you cannot make it to that timing that you normally go. Go do it in the evening. Or maybe you don't have that much energy that day, or you're not feeling well, or for women, maybe you're on that time of the month, you know.
So that makes you feel a certain way.
Go outside for a walk, you know. Don't take the elevator that day, just go up the stairs, you know. Like these small things that they're still gonna add up. Or you go home and you sit in front of the TV, you can go on the floor and do your stretching routine while you're watching your favorite movie,
stretches
you know?
you can just do
exactly.
Anyway,
we just keep looking for excuses, but they're actually not there, you know. We just make them up.
I realize that because you're spot on with that, because everyone that I've encountered, whether it's friends, family, or just, you know, random people that I speak to, is always an excuse. And I think that's with a lot of things in life. A lot of people rather put forward an excuse for not doing something, and obviously fitness is one of them. Oh, this happened, or this happened.
Yeah, exactly.
But to be honest, like you said, if you plan well and you balance, and sometimes it is hard, don't get me wrong, it is really, really hard to fit it in, and a lot of people are busy, but you can, because you just need that, you know, half an hour, 45 minutes, and you can do it.
Exactly.
And going back, you said obviously when women are like at this time in the month, I realize that exercising helps that. Isn't it?
It does. It does.
With the cramps and everything.
It does.
Helps.
I mean, there are women that, you know, they do have a lot of pain, and I understand that. My sister is one of them. You know, like the first day she just has to stay in bed, and
they can't move.
Exactly, and I get that. Okay, you could manage to make the workout today. It's not a problem. It's not the end of the world. You make it up in another day. You know, like it's all about balance.
Yes.
But you need to have that in the back of your head that this is a priority for me. You know, and I know, especially at the beginning, it's hard to get you started, to make you motivated. Motivation is another subject that we can talk about.
We can, for another episode when I come down again,
But just make it a routine.
Just put it into your routine, so it's like your second nature, isn't it?
Exactly, like you just do it automatically, eventually. Even if you don't feel like in that moment, eventually you're still gonna do it, because it's just in your routine, you know. It's just how you go on with your days.
Exactly. Jackson, what do you think about that?
Come here,
Jax. I keep calling him Jackson. Jax. Sorry. He's like, what did you call me? No, it's true. So, and I think a lot of people, that's why they say, isn't it, only a small percentage of the world, like individuals, they have the consistency, drive to do stuff. That's why not everyone is successful. Not everyone has a good body. And I'm not, shaming anyone. It's just everyone's built in a certain way. And everyone does things in a certain way, and I think it's how much you want it as well. If you want a certain business, if you want a certain job, or a certain boyfriend, girlfriend, or a good body, then you would kind of work for that. Well, it's different with relations, but something that you do for yourself. So that is true. I think from that it comes now having that long-term goal. So what I realized is that even when I first started off as a personal trainer, most people, we say, okay, you know what, to our clients, you're going to work with us for 3 to 4 months. This is my fee. This is what we do, blah, blah, blah. But then obviously after speaking to you, and then I realized that it's not just for those 3-4 months. We want to take clients on so we can change their mindset so they can keep fit for long term until, the next 10-15 years, basically, that along as we can basically keep up with it. So I think, and I realize that with a lot of people, it is literally the same mindset. It's not that, I can't lose weight because of this, I can't do this because of this. I think again it comes down to blaming stuff.
Yeah.
But then if we actually say no, Shad, you know what, I can do this, I can do it, then it changes.
But as I said, like the hardest part, it's only at the beginning.
Yeah.
Once you overcome that, once you start to see results, everything shifts.
Yeah, your energy
You
shifts.
become addictive to it.
Yeah,
You
it
know?
does. Gym is addiction.
But you have to like really overcome those, let's say the first month when you're like regularly, you know?
Yeah.
And then automatically becomes a habit, you start seeing results. You know, like don't give in into the fact that in the first 3 weeks you didn't see results, because obviously that weight, you didn't put it in 3 weeks. So don't expect it to fall off in 3 weeks.
And that's the thing, people want it quickly.
Yes.
And they don't understand. And I've always said to people, don't do anything in life quickly, because A, it doesn't last, and B, you're going to be back to square one again.
Exactly.
And everything takes time. It's like, for example, like going back now, like since school, we work hard, we do this, we do that. We like, it's life, we grow up, and look how long it's taken us to get even here. Like it takes us a long time. And same with exercising, that's what people don't understand. It will take long, but then isn't that better, because then it will stay longer then, because then people lose it fast with shakes and this and that. And I believe in natural stuff, and obviously you the same as well.
Same.
But if people want to do that, that's obviously their decision, but I just don't agree to it, basically.
I feel like losing weight is not hard.
Yeah.
It's not hard. Like there's
not.
no rocket science. There's like, I'm still shocked that I still meet a lot of people that even after explain to them, you know, like let's say 10 times, you know, like they still ask like, okay, but what should I eat? But it's so simple, you know.
It
like,
is simple.
I feel like when you go out and you eat, you know, like fast food and stuff, I feel like that's more complicated than actually eating healthy. Like, because you just have to keep your plate simple.
Yeah.
And I know it's hard, you know, with again going back to the busy lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's hard to, you know, to have your nutrition on track.
And meal prep and whatnot.
But meal prepping actually makes it much easier.
Yeah, it does, because you've got everything ready then, isn't it? Yeah.
You just have it in your fridge. You just put it in your container. You know, you need to take it to work.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people, they want to have it, you know, always fresh.
Yeah.
Okay, when you're ordering, usually you can choose a healthy option, because you're ordering anyways, right? It's all about choices.
Yeah,
It's always
life
a choice.
is about choices.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. And nowadays, like all restaurants and food places, they're so big on healthy lifestyle, eating healthy.
Yes.
And obviously, you got vegan. So even if you're vegetarian, or you know you've got a certain tolerance like lactose or gluten-free and stuff, everything's available in nearly all restaurants. So it's like we can't even say, oh, we can't eat out, or again, I have to make stuff at home. There is options, and if I go out, I'll make sure, like even obviously you do want to have a wine and stuff like that, so let's stick to an healthy drink, wine, and then just order, I don't know, fish and stuff like that.
Again, it's about balance.
Yeah, it's a balance.
Like,
Yeah.
no one says that you're never gonna have that cake again. No one says that you're never gonna have, you know, that drink again. You can have it. It's all about balance. The reason why you're in this position is because you exceeded the amount of those things.
Yes,
Everything
exactly.
in excess is gonna harm your body, even if it's something healthy.
Yeah. Yes,
even if you're eating healthy, if you're exceeding your calories, you're still gonna gain weight.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
It's not that you're eating a salad and you're gonna, you know, have a six-pack.
Yeah.
And also, this is another thing where people need to understand that not everyone wants a six-pack.
No, they don't. Some people just want to...
They just want to they want to be healthy.
Yeah.
They still want to enjoy life. They still want to enjoy the time with the family. They don't want to stress too much.
Yeah.
And they just want to move regularly because it just makes them feel better.
Yeah, even like I've said to people, like even like going on walks or just even that is so good.
Yes.
And that is so healthy. And people underestimate walking, because long term you can lose weight with walking, isn't it? So I think, again, I think it comes down to now knowledge. I think people just have an opinion or see something or someone and they think, oh, okay, this is how it works. But if you sit down and actually study into it and actually read into it, then you would actually understand everything. Because there's a lot of people, I think there's one girl and she was telling me about how she works out and stuff, and then she said she's cut out carbs, and I was like, that's the worst thing that you can do. And I said, because the minute you're going to eat again now, I'll go, you're going to put the weight back on.
You need carbs. Like, it's all about having the right balance, you know, between carbs, fats, and protein.
Yeah.
You're not going to take anything out. You need all of them. The body needs all of it, you know.
Exactly.
It needs all the macronutrients.
Everything. Yeah. Otherwise, why do we have this? And also, like, we have a... He's like, I'm getting so bored of them. So even like in the UK, like there's like a government page, and it's like the Eat Well, like it's like a plate, and it's got everything on there.
Yes.
So if like this is sort of like agreed and approved by obviously like UK governments, and obviously it's backed up with like science. So it's like, so why are you cutting out this food? Okay, again, it comes moderation.
It's about the balance, and of course, you know, like for women and for men, again, it's different, you know, the quantity, also the type of your body, it's again different, the quantity, what's your goal, you know, if you want to gain weight or if you want to lose weight, again, it's different, the quantity. And this is another thing that it's hard for people, you know, when they have a busy schedule, they're like, okay, but I don't know, how do I measure my food?
Yes.
You know, I don't have a scale with me, and most people, they hate to hear about the scale. They don't want to even think about it, you know, like for them it's just such a big stress factor. So the easiest thing, which is the oldest trick in the book, you use your hand. You know, like no matter where you are, like you always have your hand with you, right?
Yes.
So you're always gonna have, you know, for women, for example, you know, the protein is gonna be the size of your palm.
Yes.
You know, the carbs is gonna be the size of your fist.
Yes.
Vegetables like a hand cup. You know, so you have your fiber. You have also fats is gonna be like the size of your thumb. So you have fat, you have fiber, you have carbs, and you have protein, and you know exactly the amount. You know, for men, it's gonna be double or triple the portion depending on the goal. Again,
you know, most men like to bulk.
Exactly. Like if you want to bulk, you're gonna have like triple the portion. If you want to lose weight, you're gonna just stay with the double the portion.
Yeah.
But it's not hard. It's how bad do you want this? You know.
That's what it comes down to. It comes down to that. Yeah.
Because again, there are no excuses. If you wanna, and no one is saying that you need to be like 100% strict to compete, you know, in the next 3 months. There are people like that, and I do admire and respect them, and it's amazingly hard, but that's a different category of people. We're talking like overall, you know, like
just the general day to day.
Exactly. For people, they just how to have it just as a lifestyle, you know.
Yeah.
And it's really not that hard. You just have to always ask yourself, how bad do I want this? And before, when you, let's say you're on a diet, before you have a craving, most of the time it's just the brain tricking us, right? It's not, the body doesn't need it.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, and that's what it is. And I think when it comes down to craving, you can control it, because again, it links to the mind.
Yes.
There's so many times, okay, I feel like having this. You're like, you know what? No, it's fine.
Yeah, I told my client, just when you feel the need to have that, you know, donut or whatever, cake or burger, like ask yourself, do I really need this? Am I hungry?
It's just that you're bored. We're bored when we just eat anything, isn't it?
Just talk to yourself, because you're gonna get the answer. Like your body doesn't need it. You know, it's just your brain asking for it.
Yeah.
And you can trick your brain. You know, you can either like get busy with something, you know, so that you don't have to think about food in that moment.
Have a diversion.
Or you have something else. You know, if you're craving something sweet, have a fruit, have some grapes, let's say, because they're a little bit sweeter.
Even dark chocolate.
Dark chocolate is good.
Yeah, because then it takes away the craving, and on top of that, it's good. So that's why I do, just have a little bit, and you're fine then, isn't it? Yeah.
And another tip that I can use, okay, if you really like stuck on it, you know, okay, have it, but have maximum 2 bites. The moment that you exceed the 3rd bite, it's a psychological trick where your brain just can't stop.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. See, I learned something new. So if we crave something, just have 2 bites and
maximum
that's it.
2 bites,
and
like
then just be done with it.
If you really feel the need to have another one, but don't go to the 3rd one.
Okay.
Like
okay.
It because afterwards it's just gonna become like an.
You're just gonna keep it eating.
Yes, automatically. You know, you're not gonna think about it anymore. You're just gonna do it.
So, yeah, no, that is true. So I think overall with our obviously discussion, it actually comes down to A, obviously having a balance, B, creating yourself a routine, like day to day, basically. C is obviously how much do you want it? How much do you want to be fit? How much do you want that lifestyle? You know, and anything in life, how much do you want it? And then obviously, I think number 4, I think it all ties in, is to a person's mindset. Because if you believe that, you know, I can do this, if you believe it, you will then. But the minute that you don't, you won't achieve anything then. You won't push yourself, you won't be driven, you won't have that consistency or discipline. So, and that's what I realized a lot doing, you know, when I was with my clients and like speaking to them, like just having normal conversations with them. And then from that, I realized it actually is their mindset, because they will say things like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, but I'm so scared, like I'm not going to lose weight, or I'm so worried about I'm going to put it back on. But the minute that you send that message out to the universe, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Isn't it? So take that bit out and say, okay, this is what I'm doing, and I'm just going to continue to do it. And then without thinking, you're just going to achieve those results.
Yeah, and plus, again, we're talking about mind tricks. Like, the more you tell yourself something, you believe it more and more.
Yes.
So start making affirmations that are actually positive for yourself, you know, and they just empower you to keep moving, they motivate you, you know, and the more you say that, it's just gonna become like a mantra, you know, in your subconscious. Like, it's just gonna automatically push you forward because that's what you believe. So it's very important also our talk with ourselves.
Yes, and also believing in yourself that, you know what, I can do this. And I think people don't understand that, and I realize a lot of people don't have that. Because I realize, because it's a form of confidence as well, isn't it? And it's like, you don't need to be, people think that I have to be a certain way or look a certain way to have that. No, you don't.
No.
You don't. It's all, like you said, belief, and it's all within, and, you know, speaking to yourself and saying, okay, right, this needs to be done, and this is how I'm going to do it, and then I'm going to do it. So, yeah, but that's the thing, embedding that in someone's mind is very difficult, and changing that person's mindset and perception towards things, isn't it?
The thing is that what we can do, we can just, he's gonna sleep now.
He's gonna sleep, yeah.
We can just, you know, I do see us like the fitness professionals, you know, we're there to guide people, we're there to teach them as much as we can, but it's their journey.
Yeah,
you know, like
at
the end of the day, no matter how much we try, you cannot do something for someone else. They need to do it for themselves.
Yes, because exactly, yeah. And
we're just guiding them through the right direction. But it's at the end of
they have to open the door.
Exactly, they have to open the door. You know, they have to put in the work.
Yeah.
You know, like they think that if they get a personal trainer, you know, like, okay, I'm gonna have amazing results. This is gonna happen. No, that personal trainer is there to give you the right steps, to give you a good workout plan to make sure that you're safe, to teach you how to eat properly, you know, to give you these tips that you can include in your daily lifestyle, you know, to keep yourself on track, to feel good, to have a sustainable. But if you don't do those tricks, if you don't put in that work, if you don't show up to the workout, if you don't eat what he told you in the nutrition plan,
how would you?
It's not
how are you going to see the
anywhere,
results?
You know?
Isn't it? Yeah, that's true. Whereas people ignore that, they just think, okay, I've got a personal trainer now, like he or she is going to get me here. Yes, we will support. We're going to you know, it's hand in hand, but you also need to do that, isn't it? And I think people don't understand that. But it's like, you know, like a tutor or any sort of coach. We're there, but again, they need to do it, isn't it? And I think people don't understand that as well. And then when they don't get the results, they would blame the other person, saying that, why I'm not getting it. But then what have you done to get those results? Like, that's what you need to see, isn't it? And again, that comes down to self-belief, confidence and stuff, because if you just blame other people, you won't get anywhere.
It's the same like how they're blaming other factors, why factors. He's gonna snore.
Yeah, no, that's fine, it's okay.
But same as, you know, when you gain like a lot of weight, and I'm not judging.
Yeah.
Okay. Like this is not a space where we judge people.
No,
we're
no,
just saying, you know, things how they are basically. And when someone gains a lot of weight, you know, not because of medical issues, but just because they blame the outside factors.
Yes.
They don't take responsibility.
No. That's what happens. Yep. I've seen a lot of people like that.
And the moment that you take responsibility of yourself, that's when things are going to start to change.
Exactly. And you have to, like, not in a bad way, but you have to blame yourself.
You have to admit, you know, that
this is where I went wrong.
Yes.
And how can I
fix
this?
And you learn from it. It's a lesson, you know. It's not, you don't have to punish yourself, obviously. Like, you just learn from it and you do better for yourself.
Yes.